A lot of races have been nerfed, and Arrancar now only has one partial. So I think that calls for a brand new tier list, especially for re-release, so you know which partial you should be using, whether it's the Z, X, or C move on your partial, and you want to use the best one. Alright, in typical fashion, we're going to start with Mythics. Now, up first is Snake. Now, this one, honestly, is pretty bad of a partial. If I had it, I'd low-key reroll, but if you really are hell-bent on running Snake, it's going to be between the Z and X. It depends what you want. The Z1 is a pretty decent combo extender, but you can't combo off of it because like they get out of stun pretty quickly, and even on the M2 variant, you throw them far. Most you could do here after is like maybe a delayed crossing or throw Immortal Ties at them, maybe even like a time cut, but like they get out of stun really fast on this move. The X move is also pretty good. It's got I think it's frame 1 hyper, and you can use it just whenever or maybe it might be frame 2 hyper. But you can use that to get out of combos or just start a combo. And then when you XM2 down, bring them down, this is a lot easier to combo off of, like, because it's going to drag them back down. You could do like a vert down or anything that could like guard break or just any combo move, anything. You could even do a rising swallow. C move, do not try using this. If you have a brain, they will be able to dodge this easily or just hold F because it doesn't guard break and it's very readable. But if I were to rate Snake, I'd definitely put it C tier, maybe B tier, but honestly, Snake isn't all that. It's got a lot of nerfs and is no longer as oppressive as it used to be. If you want to use it, maybe use it on Hakuda or Kendo probably. But yeah, that's a going C tier. There's way better options. You probably don't want to use this. Up next, Light. Light is one of my favorite partials in the game because it can really do anything. The Z move is really good for spam, or if you want to combo extend off that. X move, close distance, really fast. If you hold X or space, I forget, you go a lot faster, so you can use that. The C move, high damage, guard break. You can use it on any build, honestly, even Hakuda, or probably Hakuda if you want because you're up close most. But yeah, if I was gonna say a best partial for this, honestly there isn't one. It covers all your needs. If you want a spam move to combo extend or keep them off you, if you're on like keto, you can use it on anything. X move, close distance, really good. I'd use that on probably Hakuda or even speed just to keep up the pressure. C move, use it on anything and you'll be fine because it's high damage and a guard break. You can't go wrong with that. But definitely a really good partial. I'm gonna put this probably S tier. I don't know. Alright, the thing about Light is it's got really good moves, and for most people it'll be really good, because Z's pretty hard to parry, but if you know the timings for the Z and X, parrying it isn't too bad. So I'm probably going to put it A, because it is pretty readable, because it has a lot of windup, so I'm going to keep it A for now. But for most players who use it, or players you're going to use it against, they'll probably be like, dang, Light is broken, it's super oppressive. So yeah, that's where I'm putting it. Alright, Vamp, really good partial. Honestly, it's going to be a toss-up between the moves. X is a really fast move, does pretty decent posture, and it also steals their Ray and HP, which is super important, especially with the Ray changes that happen, so people have a lot less Ray, and just stealing HP is broken in general. Payday, pretty decent. I don't know if they fixed the bug where you can't 360 block it, but usually you can't block it because it's weird. And you also have two variants. You've got the hold variant, which auto explodes on impact, and you also have the one that's more delayed if you want to combo extend off that. Like you could do Z into a time cut or Z into a fast fang to put more posture damage on them so they can't block it. C is probably going to be my choice. It's pretty broken, does insane heal. And when you M1 afterwards, you're going to have, like, you bite them and you steal a ton of HP. It's like almost half a bar. It's actually insane right now. But the way you can use it, if you know Demonic Embrace from Hakuda, you use this to cancel move, and then you just put a ton of pressure on them afterwards. Like, it's not true C into M1, but you could use C to interrupt their move and then just, like, attack them like crazy. Because you have 10 seconds to steal HP. Yeah, just go crazy with that. Like, you'd think the effect's over because your screen, it goes black for a little bit. Or darkens, and then you think, oh yeah, I'm probably fine, it won't, his M1 won't steal a ton of HP, and then you bite them anyways. So, pretty broken. This one's definitely going S tier, just for the lifesteal and pressure it can put on you. Alright, Stark, the infamous partial that delayed the trailer. If you know, you know. Alright, got pretty decent moves, honestly. Actually, they're not too bad. The one I'd probably use on this one is Z, especially for the pressure it puts and also the free flash ups you get. If you know the partial essence changes, you can just spam Z moves on them, and if they don't parry them, they're just going to take a ton of posture and they're going to be at risk for getting guard broken. You just throw a Resurrecion afterwards. If you hit it and guard break them and hit them, you'll get your partial back, and then you can use Z to spam even more. If you saw the Setro versus Shred Z fight, you know that's what he was abusing. It wasn't S-keying or like, but just playing around this move is pretty broken, especially with the rate changes and flash steps being slower now. Serracore Zone, pretty decent. Hyper Armor, you're going to have to aim it like crazy, and if you miss, you're going to get punished, so I probably wouldn't use this as your main partial, because you only have one partial now. Alright, C move, basically a free parry, or counter, because almost everyone uses counters now, so do not use this move unless you have a way to bait out their counter first, and then throw the C to add pressure to them. So, yeah, this one probably going to go... I don't know. I'm probably going to put it A tier just for the Z move, because the Z move is pretty good posture damage, and you can use it to dodge a ton of moves, because it flash steps twice and you're able to move. I'll probably put it A tier, but I definitely use the Z on this one. X is very situational, unless you're on keto and have something to almost confirm it, like you could do, I forgot the move, where you swing your little green rope around and then they fall in front of you. That's like the only move I know that can almost confirm this and make it like actually viable. So most of the time you'd use Z, but definitely A tier. Alright, on to Arrogante. It's a pretty simple partial, but it gets the job done. You've got a ton of moves that are, or a ton of partial moves that are very viable on a lot of builds. The Z can give you a counter on any build you want, and almost combo extends because of the ragdoll at the end. It's not true to anything, but you can definitely like throw a move off this, like a fast fang if you want to catch him off guard. Hit him with like a jump Sonata flow maybe, like... There's a lot of options. Alright, X move, really simple, hyper armor slash, it guard breaks, and it applies a ton of pressure if you get the flash step preventing debuff, because it'll either have like a purple mist on their leg or on their arm. If you get the one on the leg, it disables their flash step, and you can go crazy on them, combo extend off that, and just put a ton of pressure. Damage debuff, I don't know if I noticed it ever, but I noticed the flash step being disabled, allowing me to like play around that and get on top of them pretty quickly. C move, the grab move. This is pretty decent. You can use it to mix up off an M1 or just off any combo. I don't think it really extends into anything because the ragdoll is pretty short on it and they get it pretty fast. But you can try to do C into like a Rising Swallow if you want, or just C into like a guard break move immediately afterwards. Like feint, do a guard break move, you might get them because they're kind of stuck in place for a little bit here. But yeah, simple partial, gets the job done. I don't know. If I was going to use it, I'd probably use the X move because the Hyper Armor guard break slash is amazing. I might put it, I don't know if I could put it A tier, because it's definitely not as impressive as other ones up here, but it gets the job done. It's a solid B tier. You could push it to A tier depending on how well you play with it, is what I'll say. Alright, Volcanica, really underrated. You can put a ton of pressure if you know how to abuse the Z, like run towards them, Hyper Armor, jump down that guard breaks if they miss the parry. X move as well is pretty decent, but this one doesn't have a dash, you just do it like right in front of you. And you jump down, slam. Also guard breaks, pretty decent. Both of these apply burn, so you do a fair bit of damage off them. C move, this one, summon 3 pillars in front of you. They get hit stun for a long time. I don't think you can true combo off this anymore. There used to be like a broken 4-bar combo, but I think they patched the stun to make it so you can actually walk out of it now. But you will be stunned there for at least a decent bit. So you can just throw a move off that, combo extend, if you were going to use that. I probably wouldn't use it all over the Z or X move because it has a little bit more wind up than the other two. And the Z move you can just kind of use whenever, just walk towards them. Even if you miss like walking into them, you don't need to hit them to do the slam down. Like you just already have a dash built into it. So I'd probably use the Z move. Really oppressive guard break move, and you can almost combo extend off it because they're going to get flung in the air. You could be fast enough, you could fast fang, maybe get an eviscerate, try and do the tech and get behind the block. And yeah, pretty good. I'd probably put this a solid B tier, just like Volcanica. Very, very underrated, but you can make it work. Really fun. Horse, super broken on ground Hakata, or just anything if you want to be in their face. The Z move, I wouldn't use. This one's really garbage. Really long wind up, doesn't do a lot of damage. Yes, it guard breaks and has a decent hitbox on the projectile, but you don't want to be having to aim and like take a second to throw out your move when you press it. Like you can't really combo extend off that. X move, this one is crazy. Super high posture, huge AoE. You could combo extend off it because it has a ton of true stun. I don't think it makes true combos, but we could even do X into... No, it does have true combos. I'm lying. I was using this on ground Hakata. I was going to make a video before SD, and I played a little bit of it on release, and it's still broken. High posture, true stun. If they're close to you, you can do a fast fang. You can do anything you want that's fast. Like on ground Hakata, I could do this into Confliction. I could do this into Earth Shatter, and it would be true. Like, it's actually super underrated. If you're going to run it, use this one. Or the C move. The C move is also really good because it's a high damage move. I think it does almost half a bar. And it does a ton of damage. You're in the air. It's unpunishable almost. And it does have a decent windup, but if you know when they flash step and watch their flash step, they won't be able to catch you in time to stop it or throw out a move. And the weird thing about this is it's really, really hard to parry the full thing of it because it's a really long, like, I don't know, it's a multi-hit move, and the beam does damage like per tick it hits you, and you can't full parry it most of the time. And even if they end up parrying it, you can turn away from them because it has it doesn't get canceled on parry. So you could like move your camera to bait out the parry and then put it back on them, and then you'll do damage to them because it follows your camera. So yeah, really good. I'm putting this S tier. I love this partial, really fun. Definitely use the X on I'd probably just use the X honestly because it can combo extend. C moves does decent damage, but it doesn't really combo into anything, but it's a pretty good spam move if you want to run that. Pantera, really good. You've got decent moves here. Don't use the Z move. It's not that good in my opinion. It's like weird. It doesn't do that. It does posture damage and has pretty decent range, but I wouldn't use it because you can't combo extend too often off it. X move, really good. I think it's like really fast. It might be frame 1 iframes, but you can use this to dodge a move and then just a combo extend off this. You could do Sonito Claws into like a Rising Swallow. I don't think it's true anymore. It used to be true, but you could definitely do this into like any close range fast move, or just feint, go for a guard break move, bam, easy combo extend. C move, decent damage, really fast projectile. So if you just want a projectile, just to have a projectile in your thing to cancel moves, use it like a second Fingers Arrow to stop them. Like they do a Flower Passage, throw a C at them. They're not gonna be Flower Passaging anymore. Definitely pretty solid. I'd probably use the X move on this if you're gonna use it. Z move is pretty buns. C move, it's decent. You could use it if you want to like play a little more passive, but X is definitely really fun to start combos. And also if you learn how to dodge moves with it and then turn it around into your moves, it's so fun. I'm putting it A tier because the iframes is broken. Shark, the most annoying partial in the game. Alright, Z move, pretty decent, not auto track, but it does throw out a shark that slows them on hit. But the weird thing about it is it's a little random on its trajectory. Like there's a little bit of a range of where it could go. It could go straight, it could go slightly to the left, slightly to the right. I don't like moves that are random, and I want it to hit where I aim, so I probably wouldn't use it. But if you're going to use this, use it up close, M1, use a Z, slow them down, or just like use it as a combo extend. But you have to be like right on top of them if you want this move to hit. Alright, X move, most annoying move in the game, probably most broken as well. Not the most broken, but it's super annoying when you're comboing someone. They do a frame 1 into the floor move that you have to just run away from. It's got a stupid big AoE, and you can't really parry the jump out of the water, and you do it twice, or I think, yeah, twice. You can't full parry it, and you'll get guard broken if you try to hold block, and just stupid overall. Especially when you get lower HP, and they can't flash step as much. You're going to land this move every single time on them, no matter what. Unless they like have the time cut to get out of here, they're probably just going to get hit. So it's free damage, free get out of combo card. It's dumb. Alright, definitely use X if you're going to use Shark though. C move, pretty decent posture. If they have a brain though, they'll just use a counter, or just hold F, back up slightly, hold F, and your move is useless. So probably wouldn't use that unless you have a way to bait out their counter. So yeah, definitely use the X move. Just for the X move, I'm putting an S tier just because how broken it is at low HP and how it is guaranteed to hit. Alright, Devil, pretty okay. If I was going to use it, I'd probably use it on Hakata because the X and C move are mostly built towards that. But if you want to run the Z move, it's a pretty decent dash move, decent posture as well. Use it whenever, honestly. I'd probably use it on speed just to keep up insane pressure. You could flash cut, do Z, like flash fake out. There's a ton of options there. X move, pretty decent. Probably only use this on Hakata though, because you can keep them in the air and then do the M2 variant where when you pull your fist back all the way, press M2, you'll get the blue one. Guard breaks adds a little more stun so you can combo extend off that. I don't know if it makes true combos after the X, I forget, but it'll make it almost true because it stuns them for a fair bit. C move though, on the ground, pretty decent. You can use this. I forget if it guards break. If it doesn't guard break, it does high posture. It's stupid fast as well, stupid range as well. Ragdolls, you can probably do a flash cut after, flash fake out after, fast fang if you're up close maybe. I don't know if those are true, but it will definitely put a ton of pressure on them. So, also it has an air variant. It's not shown here for some reason. When you're in air, it'll do like a vertical beam from down to up, or it's up to down. I forget, probably down to up, I think. It has Ragdoll in air, and it'll be pretty broken. You can do a combo after that, but it does have a lot of windup. So you're gonna probably want to be feinting and using a ton of moves like immediately, then switch it up with the C move, and you can combo extend off that. So yeah, if you're on ground, I'd use either Z or C, depending which one you want. C is a pretty good range tool. Z is a pretty good gap close. X move, very, very situational. I'd only use it on air Hakata because it's just not too good on ground with how fast people can move around. But I'll probably put it B tier. The Z and C move are pretty good on ground, honestly, and can go on any build. Alright, Spirit. It can be really good in some situations, but most of the time, it takes a little more effort to make it good if you know text on it. And honestly, I'd probably just use something else. Z move, pretty decent. Hyper armor, like slashes. I think it has hyper armor. If it doesn't have hyper armor, it's really bad. I forget. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have hyper armor though. But for Z, pretty decent damage, and it'll hit you from further than you'd think. Like you could be standing back there, and you'd probably hit them on the last hit that throws them in the air. Can't really combo extend off it because it throws them stupid far. You could maybe spam a Sarah from there, or yeah, that's probably all you could do to combo extend off that. Maybe time cut, but they're definitely not getting hit by that. X move, pretty decent. Does like 0 damage. You can use it to cancel moves though. It's really annoying though because it's like a little delayed. Like where you aim, like unlike a Sarah where it's always where you're looking exactly. If I move slightly to the left, if I wanted to aim it to the like X over there, it would be like it would shoot like here instead of right there. So I don't know, weird move. Probably wouldn't use it. You could do turnaround attack on it. Like you use X, turn around. You could get close to them, you stun them with the X move, and then you get behind them. But that's just a lot of effort, in my opinion, to use a partial move. That's pretty niche. C move, pretty decent. You could combo extend off this into like a time cut because of the stun, or maybe you just throw like Eviscerate or a Sarah immediately afterwards, and it will be true because this has pretty decent stun at the end. If you're on like Kendo, you could maybe throw a thrust if you're fast enough. And yeah, that's about it for this one. If I was gonna use it, I'd probably use the C because it has combo potential. X if you're like a demon and you want to have the stun turnaround tech thing. But I don't know. These ones are pretty bad. This one, if you miss, they're gonna have a ton of opportunity to punish you because it doesn't cancel if you miss, and yeah, you're just a sitting duck if you miss. So probably I'd use C. I'm gonna put it like C tier with Snake probably. Sorry, Spirit mains. It's not all that. Phoenix. I actually think this is going to see an uptick of players for this because it steals Ray. And especially with Ray being nerfed across the board and you have to use your moves really wisely, Phoenix is going to be crazy. Z move has a ton of stun, decent damage, posture, big AoE. You could do Z into like a really fast move, like a fast fang afterwards. It'll probably be almost true. Z into like a ult crit, jump crit towards them. You'd probably hit it, to be honest. I don't know if they nerfed the stun, but it used to be true into like Z into jump towards them, rising swallow. You can try that out. I don't think it works anymore, to be honest. But yeah, really good. And anti-ray regen is broken. All right, X move, pretty bad in my opinion. It does decent posture, I guess, if you want to like play posture and then use your X hyper armor, run towards them, whatever. But I don't think it's the best move you could use. I'd probably just use the Z because it's more consistent. C move, I think it's hyper armor frame. Oh yeah, when you get hyper armor in the air and then you slam down. If they're low HP and their flash steps off, or if you track their flash step, they flash up in front of you, they're probably gonna get hit by this. I don't think most people compare it. I also think it guard breaks on the way down. I can't really remember, but pretty decent move. It has too much wind up though, in my opinion. So if you miss the C move on the way down, you're gonna be stuck there with a little bit of end lag. They could just wait till you jump down and then hit you. So I'd probably use the Z move, most consistent, and you'll still get the benefit of anti-ray regen with the red effect on them. Why is Phoenix before Devil? Oh, I skipped Devil. Whatever. I'll probably fix that in post. Anyways, honestly, I might put Phoenix in A because it has pretty decent posture on the Z move, and yeah, I'm putting it A tier just because anti-ray regen is actually huge in this game right now. It might fall to B. I don't know. It remains to be seen. I'm probably going to try out all these and see how they lie. But Phoenix has been really good. It's really underrated. And yeah. All right, we're on the last stretch. On to commons. All right, Acid. Acid really good. There's a ton of options here too. I don't remember if the Acid ticks like slow you, but it feels like they slow you. Might be placebo. When I play against Acid, I feel super slow. But the moves I would be using on this is the Z, because the Z has Ragdoll, decent posture, huge AoE. And if you land it, you can combo extend. If you're up close, you could do a Z into a Fast Fang, Z into a, probably just a crit, Z into an M1, Z into a Rising Swallow if they're right on your feet. You can also really use Sarrow Grab on this. This one's really good. Z, Sarrow Grab will be true. It's actually insane. High damage and stun. So I'd probably use the Z move. X move's pretty decent, does decent damage. Or actually not decent damage. I don't really notice the damage. But it feels like it slows you when you're around it, so you could use it for that if you want to just be a ton of pressure on top of them. But I definitely use the Z move over X. C move, it's not shown here, but it's pretty, I think it's like frame 1 or 2. Really fast, you go into a stance, you nullify, and any damage gets absorbed and then thrown into the poison orb, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, it takes damage, but it also does decent damage on its own. C move, guard breaks pretty fast. Pretty fast projectile. It's a big orb. Unfortunately, the preview doesn't show here, but it does guard break, so it's pretty good. I'd probably use the Z move over the C because the C is good for I guess just if you want a defensive move, but Z is super aggressive. True combos off that. I'd definitely use Z move. Off that, I'd probably put S tier just for the Z move. All right, Bone. All right, up first we got the Z move. Pretty decent, a lot of pressure because one of them is going to hit them immediately and the other one's going to be tracking afterwards. So you can just throw this out, be aggressive off it. But if they do have a counter, they're probably just going to counter this move and you will get destroyed. So pretty good. Just hope they don't have a counter. You could use it. I personally wouldn't use it though because it's pretty easy to just hold F, run away. But if you're playing super aggressive with it, you do the Z move, do an eviscerate towards them, or just anything to keep the pressure on them, it'll be really hard to get a counter off. So you can use it. It is viable, but not my personal choice. X move. It has hyper armor, teleport, fast, and off it you can combo extend because it keeps them right in front of you. It's not true to anything, but you can do like a crit here immediately, or just do like any fast move off that, to be honest. And a really good gap close. C move, this is probably my personal choice. Huge combo extender, interrupts a ton of attacks, and it is almost true to a lot of moves. If they're right in the center and they get hit by the first one, they'll probably get hit by the second one because most people don't know that you can most of the time just hold F after you get hit by the first one and you'll auto parry the second one. Most people won't be doing that. They'll probably just be spamming F. And that is pretty inconsistent sometimes to hold F auto parry second move or second part of it. But this one does true combo into a lot of things. You could do X if they get hit by that up close. You're going to do Rising Swallow, X into like even Sonata Flow, X into an M1, anything you want, honestly. Huge combo extender. It's amazing. I'd probably use C on this, and I'll put it into. It's gonna probably be high A or S tier because of the C move combo extend. It's really annoying to fight against. I don't know where I could put it. I'll put it A tier for now because it's all right. Definitely could be S tier if you know how to use it correctly though. But definitely use the C move. It's the most consistent move, combo extender, interrupter, whatever. Alright, Slash. This one's really fun. It's got high damage because of the bleed, and all the moves are very viable. Z move, pretty fast. You can use this to combo start, interrupt moves. Just use it whenever, honestly. It does decent posture as well. I think the C move is better than it, though, to be honest, because most people are going to be fighting up close. But if you want a Z for just a projectile to cancel stuff, you could use it too. X move, I probably wouldn't use it. This was the weakest move of Slash, in my opinion. But the hyper armor dash towards them is pretty nice if you want a combo starter or a gap close. I probably wouldn't use it over the C, though. C move, really good, high damage, combo extends. It's all you want, honestly. Most of the time, it's just do parry into a C, dodge into a C, and you'll be golden. A lot faster than Z move, in my opinion. So I personally would be using C. Definitely S tier, though. Z and C, really good moves overall. You can't go wrong with them. All right, Storm. It's still going to be good, in my opinion, because a lot of these moves you can use if you want to be super aggressive. Z move, really fast teleport. It's an auto track as well, so just be aim mostly near them and it'll hit them. X move, you can hold it to guard break. You can use the not guard break version if you just want an AoE teleport that does decent damage and combo extends. You can usually do like a Rising Swallow after. Most people won't parry it. It's not true, but you can definitely combo extend off it at the end there. Do any fast move you want, like an X, hit them there, do an M1 real quick, free damage, or crit, faint crit, probably would hit most people. C move, it has further range than the Z move. It doesn't auto track, so you will need to aim it. And pretty good tool for speed. Honestly, all these moves are good. I think the Z move is the faster teleport move, but it has less range. The C move has a little more wind up, but more range. So it's a toss up between which one you want to use there. You can also even use the X for the guard break. Honestly, the guard break and the AoE from it is really nice. They really all are good moves. You can't go wrong with either of them. It's all personal preference, in my opinion. If I was going to use it, I'd probably use the Z or the X move, because the Z is really broken just for fast stun and combo extend. X move also really nice, so definitely S tier. Alright, so that's probably where I'm going to end it. You guys can probably argue in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be people complaining. Honestly, might have to throw Snake to D tier just because Snake. If I throw it to D tier right now, I'll throw it to D tier right now. Don't use Snake. I don't see any reason you should ever use it. But yeah, that's about it. Anything in S or A tier will be super viable. B tier as well, even. Honestly, most partials in the game are pretty fair and usable. So yeah, just have fun. Hope this helps people on release. And yeah, that's it.